Welcome back, guys. We're Nick and Sam, and this is our final episode of our e-bike camp trip around the Northumberland 250.
Woo! We are now on day 7, kicking off at Bar, the England-Scotland border, where we will be making our way to Kielder Forest.
In last week's episode, we were cycling the Borderlands, where we're weaving in and out of England and Scotland, and it was absolutely stunning.
That was a sweet little greetings into Scotland. In this week's episode, we face our hardest day yet, where we are really put to the test. The battery kicked out.
I'm absolutely dreading this next part of the journey.
But first, let's rewind to yesterday. We have now made it to Bar, which is the border of England and Scotland. Very windy. The rain is just about to catch up, so just a quick stop and we're going to crack on with our journey into Kielder Forest.
What?
I just went for a wee. I found chanterelles.
Really?
I told you Kielder Forest and Hadrian mushrooms. That is why I wanted to come here. They're everywhere.
She's been looking for mushrooms this entire journey, and only now when she goes for a wee at the side of Kielder Forest does she find a bunch of chanterelle.
I'll bring you with me to show you my find. There's quite a few mushrooms actually. Here, look. See all the little orange dots? There's chanterelles. And I've collected a few in my bag for dinner tonight. So chuffed because all I wanted to do was come to Kielder Forest and forage, and literally 100 metres away from the sign we spot chanterelles. I'll leave the rest for another lucky forager to find.
We've just booked a campsite inside Kielder Forest. It's still an hour-and-a-half cycle and my bike has only got 33% battery. So I don't even know if I'm gonna make it, to be honest.
And it's only 1:30, so we're checking in really early.
Yeah.
Silver lining is though that we'll get to put our bikes down, all our gear down, and hopefully go on a bit of a walk.
Have a nice explores, yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Things always work out. Whoa! I need to stop looking for mushrooms. You go first. What if it's really deep? I'm gonna go in power 4 and just get through it. Yeah, but if you fall in, your shoes are gonna get sodden.
Don't go in the middle!
Okay, I need to get some momentum. I'm actually really nervous. I've just tried my shoes.
Oh no! Keep going!
My foot went in, didn't it? It's soaking wet again. I wanted to get to the campsite and then go on a hike, but I won't want to hike in squelching shoes.
It looks like this track's already going up a hill, so there's probably going to be hills, hills, and more hills!
We're going through some forestry land right now. It's very derelict, dead, miserable. It's like the perfect scenery for the fact that we both have a quarter of our battery left.
Stop and get on our ponchos because it is about to clean it down.
You look like a dementor. 9%, I need to not clock watch, but I really don't want to break down here in the middle of this forestry place. There's no signal at all either, and we just have to keep walking this trail. I don't know, in my head I'm like, is there a bus that goes through Kielder Forest that we can then chuck our bikes on and get to camp?
0. Nico's at 0%, my phone's at 10%, we've got no signal. Nico's GoPro's died, so we're not doing too great right now. But we don't want to stop just in case. Please don't die on a hill, please don't die on a hill, please don't die on a hill, please. Oh, I can hear mine slowing down. I think that's me going out. Ah, yeah. That's me going. Oh, come on. Thank you, Nick.
Alright. I don't know what to do.
It is miserable. This is the most tiring day by far.
We keep saying that every day, don't we? But it's always the next, it's always the next.
Today is definitely it.
Yeah, I could fall asleep up here and not care about the battery for a little bit.
Yeah. At least it's dry, hey?
Or get some food down us.
Yeah,
That always makes things better.
Let's get some food.
Do you think this is the best place you've ever had lunch?
Probably the worst.
This is the views from here. Just that, the whole way round. We're actually really grateful for this shelter because every so often there is like, what is it? Like a proper wind barrier.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, this section's super windy. But then if you tuck in here, you feel no wind, and that's nice. We needed that.
I'm absolutely dreading this next part of the journey. We've still got about 45 minutes left. Our bikes were down to 0%, but then when we stopped they went up to 6%, so who knows how long they're gonna last. I'm actually dreading having to bike with all that stuff, all the weight on the back of our packs as well. It's not gonna be a good one. Send help. Help. Help me. We're packing up. I think it's time we hit the tracks. The rain is stopped, the wind is still blowing, but we gotta get the hell out of here.
And what percent is your battery on now?
True.
I've just checked mine.
7? What?
And mine's at 80%, so I'm hopeful we get another 15 minutes in. We needed this hill! We are now on the Kielder Forest road, which is a 12-mile track straight through the forest. It's absolutely incredible. The worst place to break down, I bet, as there's no signal, and obviously it's a very bumpy ride for us to have to walk on. But the scenery is insane, and you were literally in the forest. I think you've seen about 3 cars in total so far, so it's a really secluded place to be. I've never been this so out of breath. The battery like kicked out. So I had to go up a hill cycling. My thighs feel stretched. But we're at the top and it's gone back up to 4%. So I think it's just gonna be like this the whole way. Help me. It's just, the power's not, there we go, it's back in motion. We've got a tactic of whenever we hit a slight gradient downhill, we just don't pedal. We're not going to use any power, even if that means we just roll down the hill at 5 miles per hour. How are you finding it? Going up 5 miles per hour now. That's me off the bike. It's easier to just walk it. 30 minutes to go. At least we knocked it down by 15 more minutes. We're back on, it got to 4%, so we just hopped on. And it looks like there's a hill ahead. Woo! Oh
my god, holding on!
I love you, hills. A hill that just keeps giving and giving. Yes, please.
Hey.
And another hill, yay! That's like 4 hills in a row. We needed these. Woo! Oh, my water's gone. I'm actually struggling. I've had to brake halfway up the hill. I've got my camera bag on my back as well, which is pretty heavy. I think I'm gonna have to give you my bag. It's a bit too much for me. Which I'm really gutted about, aren't I?
Yeah, you've done so well. It's training for Jordan, aren't you?
We're going on an 11-day hike in Jordan, and I wanted to get used to having a backpack on my back all the time. I know we've been on the bike, so it makes it a bit easier. But yeah, I wanted to know I could do it, but this is tiring. I guess it's backpack and pulling up, what, like 60 kilograms of stuff. Yeah, amongst these challenges, I had little other challenges, like personal ones, one of them being the backpack, so I am really gutted to be handing it over to Sam. But I guess you can't win them all. I will accept defeat on that one. Cannot wait to see the campsite. Honestly, if the campsite was charging 50 quid, I'd bloody pay it. I'm like, just get me in there, get me some electric and let me sleep. 15 minutes to go.
We've only got 14 minutes to go, and this is what we like the look of.
12 minutes to go.
Didn't get as far as we hoped. We're just yo-yoing up and down. 10 minutes left to go.
Gotta use my bloody head to get momentum up this hill. 5 minutes to go!
3 minutes to go.
Final step! 1 minute to go. We're here! I couldn't be more excited to see a campsite. First thing I want to know is there a pub around?
That's probably one of the hardest things I've done in a long time.
I have no words.
I needed just a nice bit of food, a nice bit of drink. We can't even get that.
No, we were 20 minutes too late. Last orders were at 6.
But we sat down and nobody actually told us, so we were sitting around like melons and watched us take a menu.
Look through the menu,
Yeah.
queue up, we had to queue. We
No.
probably got there at 6.
Yeah.
And they didn't say. This is
Disastrous.
probably the closest to crying I could be on this trip.
Really?
I was ready for the pizza and then potato skins and
Tell you
onion
what,
rings.
I'll make you some macaroni pasta with pesto. How's that sound?
Yeah, it'll have to do.
Today's breakfast, we got beans with some damper bread and some honey. Courtesy of
Yummy.
Helen's mom.
Yeah, and we didn't manage to get oil off someone today, which we did the other day, didn't we?
Yep.
So we used the
bit
honey to cook with.
Yeah, and it looks nice and glazed though, so
Yeah, it should be
extra
sweet.
tasty.
That's so good.
Mm.
The honey's really nice on it.
We are now on day 7, and I gotta admit, it's getting pretty tough to be honest. Even just packing away the tent, I've got to push the sleeping bags into this like dry tie bag here, and I can just feel myself just getting weaker and weaker. I feel like I haven't had like a proper meal to be honest, because I just keep cooking packet stuff. But this is probably like one of our final days out here, and it has been absolutely incredible experience. We've had such hardships, we've had such highs, seeing Holy Ireland, being next to the coast. It has been such an amazing experience, and I would recommend anybody to get out there and do it.
We are having a little change of plans to the route we are taking. So we are currently, I believe, here at 25-ish. Yeah?
Cool.
And we're supposed to follow this black route along here. And then our next campsite is here. What we're going to do is stay in Kielder Forest and cut through the middle of it. That's 1, because we want to stay in Kielder Forest, and 2, because it's a 3-hour 20 journey as it is, and we don't want a repeat of yesterday. So the shorter the journey can be, the less scared we will be. The second change to the trip is when we get to this campsite, or there's 3 here, we don't know which one we're going to do. We're actually going to cut across to here, which is Borbeck Manor House, which is where we have left our van. So the reason we are cutting out the Pennine Way, which is this section along here, is because 1, there are no campsites on that route, so the journey is just too long for our bikes to be able to do that, and 2, we actually drove quite a bit of it on the way into Northumberland, so we have already seen it. So we think the best decision overall is to make sure that we can actually get to the next campsite rather than having to push our bikes again. we ride. So the plan is to not go too far off trail today because batteries. We're now like overly conscious of them, but we are cycling past the Kielder man-made lake, so we are gonna check that out at least. Rainbow!
Where did they get all the water from?
Tears of all the Northumberlands.
But there's not many people here, so it would have taken a year.
It's cool though, isn't it? There was a rainbow over there, but it's just gone. Probably because you pointed at it. But this is it. Yeah. It's huge, isn't it?
Considering this is man-made, this is actually
Raft.
pretty natural looking, actually.
Can you see the rain over there?
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
We're
wow.
cycling into that.
Yeah.
Should we crack on?
Yeah, one second. We're on the road again. It's raining again. It just doesn't stop fucking raining.
This is so good. And the flatbread is warm, so I'm happy.
We just had some lunch. That beer and food was delicious, and to be honest, it has made me even more tired for this ride.
I've just checked the weather. Ooh, running on my stuff. And it's not supposed to rain for the rest of the day. And we've got some sun. We do have a bit of wind until 5, but that's fine. I'm happy with that as long as we're dry. We've hit 11 miles. Sorry, I usually do them at 10, but I missed it. We have used 23% of the battery, and we have been cycling for 46 minutes. I've just had to get off because I can see in the distance the trees are about to stop, and I just wanted to take a moment to breathe it all in as we've just been rushing around this whole week, but my god, it is so beautiful. I mean, we're used to fast travel living in a van, but we thought this week we'd have it a little bit slower and get some picnics in the forest, but because of the weather we've had to actually find proper shelter and hide away. But it is just phenomenal out here, and I cannot wait to come back. Ooh, the wind! Now we're contending with the wind. Decided to take a little break on our bikes, lock them up over there and head to Crammel, Linn. It's meant to be a really incredible waterfall that is en route, so we've not had to go too far because our batteries are a little bit worse for wear again. I think it's these Kielder Forest tracks, isn't it?
Definitely, the hills are absolutely mashing our batteries.
Yeah, and the tracks themselves are also just, you know, really, really bumpy, so it's just a lot of energy used.
I'm actually actively trying to get here. Oh my god, my foot's again. Listen, that is the distinct sound of a waterfall. We are here.
Done with looking at the waterfall?
We're now just cycling through Gilsland, and there's a really, really epic bit of Hadrian's Wall just around the corner from here, and this is just where I wanted to go.
Since I've met Sam, actually, he's been telling me how much he wants to go to Hadrian's Wall, so it's going to be good to actually tick that one off the bucket list. Look at Sam zooming on ahead, he's so excited. Is this it?
Oh my god, I'm on Hadrian's Wall. Can you believe this actually stretches coast to coast? It's been standing for hundreds of years and you park your pissing bike on it.
Oh my god.
Where the hell did they get all of these stones from?
Sam is currently in his element.
If you've ever seen Game of Thrones, The wall on that is exactly what it's based on. That's what it would have looked like.
What about the Wall of China?
I think the Wall of China might have copied it as well, yeah.
The Great Wall of China. Who made this wall?
And John Lennon Wall in Ireland.
But who made this wall?
Augustus or something like that. Another wall!
What did you do?
Behind you is Birdiswald Roman fort, once home to about 1,000 soldiers. Wow! 1,000 troops back then.
It's a lot of people, isn't it?
It is, man. The Hadrian's Wall path is an 84-mile national trail stretching coast to coast across the northern England. We just spoke to a local and he's just informed us that this is in fact the most intact piece of the wall, the whole stretch of the UK.
So we've come to the best part.
So we have definitely come to the best part.
So the big question is, do you feel fulfilled? Is this everything you wanted?
This is everything I wanted in terms of seeing Hadrian's Wall, yes. Oh my life, look, we have to go up here. That is way too deep, unless you want to go first this time.
Nope. I'm just wondering how I'm going to be able to even get the bike up there. Okay, yeah, you just lift it then. I'm not going to be able to do it.
Back and you do the front.
Don't mind, whatever you think is easiest.
Yeah.
That is the river we'd have to go through. Very deep. Some routes are a little bit odd. Like, what the hell is this? I'm not going to be able to do that. We're on a hill and it can't take my weight, so I'm running with the bike on throttle. Look at where we are again. We have 13% on our battery. Sam has 9, I think. And we've been taking up the most epic hill again. Look at this little egghead. The worst is to come.
Oh my.
It may look small, but it's really steep. I think we're gonna have to eco 2 and throttle it up. Yeah, on a diagonal. If he's struggling, I'm gonna struggle. You'd think with each day it'd get easier.
That was the hardest thing we've done on the bike.
So this is where we've ended up.
It's absolutely insane that we just came from down there. What the hell?
We're basically at the top of Northumberland again.
I'll probably be super ecstatic when we get to the campsite, but right now I'm annoyed that we came up there.
I'm really proud of myself.
Yeah,
and so
we might not make it.
I know, but like, I didn't think I'd be able to hike up it, let alone with this bike.
Yeah,
so I don't know. A part of this challenge as well, like I told you the other day, how there's loads of little challenges within it for me. One of them is testing out my fitness, because I don't actually do much. So if you guys are thinking, oh, should I do this? Do I have the fitness for it? Like, I genuinely do not do anything other than our like typical walks with Onyx and stuff. So if I can do it, you can do it. And that's what I love about these trips that we've been doing. It's just putting ourselves to the test and seeing what we're really made of. And it looks like I'm made of toughness.
You smashed it.
Way! Can you imagine what Sam's face looks like right now? All miserable and mopey going over these bumps. I bet this gate's going to be really hard to get our bikes through. Shit.
Maybe we go round.
Yeah. That's what that looks like. Oh my god, good spot.
That would have been an absolute nightmare. I have not got the energy to put these up over there.
Got 21 minutes left to go. I've got 11% power. What about you? 9.
That bloody hill owes us a massive decline.
We've got 3 minutes to go. What you on?
Mine's just dropped to 0.
impressed with like when the bike does hit 0, it's not like dead 0. There's still a bit more power here and there to keep you going. Sam, I can see it. Oh, they've got alpacas.
Finally, that was rough, man. We have absolutely hit the jackpot with this campsite. It is amazing.
It's got alpacas, chickens, pigs, donkeys, Shetland ponies.
It's even got baths in the shower rooms, and it's got a sauna room. What the hell? Oh, look how cute these fellas are. Hey, you're cool, aren't you, dude? Look at you wagging your tail. You're a big pig, aren't you? You're a big pig.
Hello. Are you hungry? Are you hungry?
Hello, beautiful. Look at you. Look at those horns. Morning, guys. It is our last day.
Day 8.
And we are both very tired, aren't we?
Very smelly.
Some more than others.
This.
And we have
The
no food left as well, and I'm absolutely starving.
We have a 3-hour journey ahead of us today.
Yeah, and we're going to be taking the recommended route by Google today, because we don't want any more surprises like yesterday, because we do not want to be breaking down today.
No, not gonna lie, this trip has been incredible, but it has been a challenge and a half with what feels like winter rolling in.
Yeah, it feels as though autumn has pretty much just been skipped.
We've literally got rid of the bikinis and now we have woolly hats on. It's insane, isn't it?
I'm just looking forward to getting back to the van.
Yeah. So as we're reaching the end of the trip, I'm gonna do what I always do. Sam, what is the first thing you're gonna do when we get back to the van?
I'll be stripping naked and getting all this sheep shit clothing off of me.
They stink.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing
You're
the
gonna
same.
be getting rid of them damn shoes.
I'm gonna be burning these shoes and I never want to see them again, ever. On a more positive note, what one thing have you loved about this trip?
The fact that we've cycled 250 miles. We've cycled over 250 miles in a week.
Way over.
And we've nearly cycled for 24 hours, a whole day.
That is incredible, isn't it?
How about
And
you?
to be honest, I'll answer in 2 seconds. I don't think I'd have been able to do it without an e-bike.
Oh,
Like,
no,
I wouldn't have been able to get up those hills, no way. So really grateful for these
that.
e-bikes. They have been a smooth ride.
They've been a noble steed.
Yeah, they really have. So for me, what have I loved? Just the fact that we've actually gone and done it. Like, I feel like, I'm sure you all feel the same, that there's so many things that you say you're going to do and then you don't actually do it. So the fact that we've actually gone and made it happen is just incredible. And it's just been a really insane journey, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
What?
For me,
I said
Hadrian's
one,
Wall.
No, I said
Seen
one
Hadrian's
thing.
Wall.
One thing you've loved. That's 2. So sorry, Hadrian's Wall. You are taking a back seat today. Right, it's time to pack up one last time and hit the road.
Yes!
So whilst we're packing up our bikes, I thought I'd show you what's inside our panniers. So if you choose to use the same gear as us or a similar size bag or whatever, you'll know what you can kind of fit in it and bring with you. In my left side, I've packed all my clothes. So currently in here, I've just got my dirty washing, but I've also got my like pants and swim costume, towel, and another load of dirty washing now. Obviously at the start of the week, it was all pretty clean, and I've got them in dry bags so that if it does rain, obviously, this has got like water, it's water resistant, but it's not completely waterproof where these are, so that helps. So this all fits in, and I've got probably about 2 jumpers, always wearing one, a couple of tops, 2 pairs of leggings, socks and pants and things like that. So I have packed really light. And in the middle section where I've kept all of my food, so in this little pocket I've got like my knives, forks, salt and pepper shaker. It's pretty empty right now because obviously we've eaten quite a lot of it, so I've even put my cooker in, whereas this has been out the whole time. This little middle compartment actually has loads of wadding and padding sections. I've left them in the van, but there are actually like segmentation, so it's good for like camera equipment as well. It fits about like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 tins and like sachets and stuff like that in. My right pannier is where I keep all my sleeping stuff, so it's the same size as the left hand side. Show you what's already in there. I've got a little insect head cover in case there were midges, and I've also got a pack of dry noodles that we've been carrying around because I forgot the miso soup, so we haven't really been able to eat them. My sleeping mat, as you can see, it's quite small and it fits in here perfectly. It fills the whole like length of the one side, and then my sleeping pillow as well goes in here. And as you can see, there's still a little bit of a gap for other stuff. And you're probably wondering where our tent and our sleeping bags are. Well, I've got a 20-litre dry bag that the tent fits in perfectly and sits on top, and Sam has I think a 22-litre dry bag where both of our sleeping bags can be stuffed inside and fits on top of his pannier as well. I did it again, didn't I? I forgot to give you a end of trip update. So obviously, you know, we basically nearly used 100% of our battery again yesterday. We also cycled for 2 hours 39. The trip distance yesterday was 35.9 miles. And Sam has the miles overall so far.
How many do you think we've done?
I just saw it.
264 miles.
That is crazy,
We've already
isn't it?
beat the Northumberland 250. Hello, Flying Eagle. This is Sleeping Owl over.
Flying Eagle can hear you. Sleeping Owl, can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
He's finally started accepting that he's Sleeping Owl. Each day comes with a new dilemma, and today's is one of our batteries didn't get fully charged last night. We have to wake up in the middle of the night to swap them over, as we have 2 each and 1 charging cable each, and we were just so tired last night that we didn't spot one of them hadn't gone green before swapping it over. We just woke up in the middle of the night and did it. Turns out that it's mine. I'm on 52.
No, you're not. You can't be. It's impossible.
I'm not even kidding, this is horrible. Oh my god. I'm not gonna make it. I think this is the perfect time to say, why me? So you've unplugged it and plugged it back in. Let's turn it on. 52%.
The only thing I can think of is we carry on and then we can at least plonk you somewhere and then I go get the van or you go get the van.
I'm not getting in a van on the last day to get me back. I'm completing this pub lunch again. Yeah, pub lunch again, and then bring the battery in to charge it. I am now on 45% and we've been cycling for 31 minutes. Sam's on 93. Are you serious?
It's not open.
I guess all we can do is just continue on.
It's the only thing we can do really, yeah. We're on 44. We're gonna get that.
But worst case scenario, could we then like swap our batteries over later on?
Yeah,
Not as in so you have none, but so like...
You at least have 1 working battery.
Yeah.
You know what? After all that rotten luck that I've had with my gear along this trip, the very last day and it's all flipped round, and now it's on Nico. Her cardo doesn't work now, and her bike doesn't work now. Ah, it feels so good to be absolved of all the bad luck.
You know the one thing I didn't do when I had all the power and a working mic, rub it in his face.
And I can do that because I've got lots and lots of power. Never guess what just happened? Someone's bike just fell over onto the concrete. Cat's eye still intact. Handlebar's still fine. Every single thing that I've had go wrong this week has happened to Nico all in one day.
I think he's jinxed me. Thank God for hills! I was on 9% with an hour to go. 1 hour to go, 5% left, 0%. Got to swap batteries around, I think.
Swappage has been complete. Let's see what kind of percentage you're getting.
The moment of truth. 65%.
Wow. If you're on 65,
of your power.
oh my god, that means I'm gonna have nothing.
Oh, we can swap the other batteries and see.
I'm on 69. Buzzing! Oh, I'm actually excited that you got some power back because my level 4 was way faster than what Nico's was, so I was constantly stopping and starting and stopping and starting. I actually can't believe we're only half an hour away from finishing.
We've got 15 minutes to go! 4% and 8 minutes to go! So I've just hit 0%. at 2 minutes. So I'm a slug going over the finish line.
It's the final countdown.
Look how slow I am compared to Sam.
Oh my god, we're nearly here!
I can smell Dork around the corner. Dork is just behind that bush.
This is it. Our final turn.
Oh. Woo! How many miles did we do?
293 miles in total. What an epic journey, man. I have never been so happy to see Dork in all of her life.
Look at the smile on my face. It's literally ear to ear. I wonder where I packed the keys. Have a big cuddle.
Well done, Chico. You did so good. It's so nice to see you, Dork. Look how nice and cozy that bed looks.
Oh, we packed it partially away. Let's get that shit out. No. Oh, there's a nipple. What is? I was doing Adam's Family. What's the full Monty noise? Because Adam's Family is a bit of a weird thing to strip off to. It's my f***ing turn. Let's get these pieces of shit off.
Come on, you got to clear that fence.
I know. What an awful throw that was. Don't want to see them ever again. These could.
Whoa! She's going for it now.
I don't want any of it. I think they actually read. Like.
And the campsite probably won't appreciate her.
Yeah, let's go get my back. And before I forget, because of all the excitement, let's do a trip update. So obviously you know I've used 100% of the battery, and Sam was also nearing his 100% mark. Today's trip distance is 27.8 miles and we rode a total of 1 hour and 55. And as Sam mentioned earlier, we have rode a total of 293 miles, which is 21.5 hours across the 8 days. What an incredible adventure it has been. Right guys, we are at the end of our Northumberland 250 trip, and what we always do at the end is kind of do a summary of our best bits, but as this trip is really quick, we've decided to do tips instead.
Yep, so I'll kick it off with my first tip.
Yeah.
And that is get yourself some bungees. They're absolutely amazing, especially for tying down your packs and equipment.
And we used them as well on our sub trip, so they've come in handy for all of our adventures so far. Mine is, wait for it guys, sanitary towels or panty liners. The reason why is it adds extra padding down below, and honestly it was a godsend because
Is this just for women?
Your tip 2 will cover this, but we hadn't ridden the bikes before, so I was not prepared for the pain that was going to happen on the first few days until you get used to it. So handing over to your tip 2.
Tip 2 is ride your bike in, get used to the seat, because my god it hurts, doesn't it? If you're not used to riding on your seat, it really does hurt, and having a few days or weeks before you go on a trip or anything will help just ease your ass, really. It took
me 3 days to get used to it. Like day 4 I was too concerned with other things like rain and wind to not think about the pain. Also I realised you said, does this just count for women? No, if you're a man you can certainly wear a sanitary towel. You can put a nappy on if you want, that's extra padding, whatever, just get that padding in. Like it's really helpful. My second tip is tools. Do bring tools for your bike.
Of course.
We used our Allen keys a lot, like our bike stands got loose every so often, so we had to tighten that up with the bloody spanners. So yeah, bring tools that are suitable for your bike.
Yeah, of course. And then my final tip is a poncho.
Yeah,
oh my god, a waterproof poncho.
Not just a fashionable poncho.
Waterproof, really. We use them to cover our bikes at night to keep them obviously dry through the night. We use them when cycling in the day to obviously keep ourselves dry, and to be honest, they were quite windproof as well. Yeah. So they were just so handy to have. Yeah, and like you said, waterproof. Just even, we had like these dry bags, so we packed everything in dry bags into our bag. Everything was waterproof. I had waterproof trousers. I had a water-resistant jacket. You had a water-resistant jacket. You just need waterproof socks.
I actually did have a pair, but they're so expensive I didn't want to bring them on this adventure, and I wish I did. They're still like packed away nicely in my wardrobe, ready with the tag on, ready for that perfect adventure. So anyway guys, we're going to wrap it up there. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications, and we will catch you on our next series, which will be a really quick caddy van build.
Yeah.
Ciao guys.